What's up, Mr. Mailman? What's up, guys? Just taking a sec for everyone to come in here. What's up, everybody? We have Zero Gamer. What's up, Wild Boys? What's up, Kimmy? What's up, T-Series? Yeet, T-Series again. Alexander, Meme. What's up, everybody? The chat's going to be going quite a bit. I was getting a lot of people requesting for me to do a little live stream of just the Airsoft collection. And real quick, I'm going to make two videos on this, kinda. I'm actually going to be doing the live stream now, and then I want to make a full-fledged, like, well-edited video on the entire collection, because I'm also missing a few guns. I'm missing my G&G M14 with the walnut stock on it. I was getting that repaired, and I'm missing my custom classic Army guns. My X9 is not even here. I've had it with me at the USAirsoft 9-year anniversary, but I haven't gotten it back yet, so But today we're going to go ahead and take a look at all this mess. There's more over here on the table over there, and then there's more in the kitchen over there, and we already got a freaking... oh, wow, we already got a donation. TGFU Quickscope, thank you, man, for those $2. What's up, my dude? Thank you very much for the little donation. And, yeah, oh boy, we got quite a bit here. Like I said, there's 36 guns, one on the table, there's stuff on the table in the kitchen. But I guess we're going to start here with the, biggest pile, and we'll just work our way around. What's the very first gun we should go over, though, guys? M4s are over there, pistols. We have the BAR up there. What's the first gun that we should go through? The BAR, Sherlock is saying, do the bar. FBI open up. BAR, people are saying the BAR. So I guess we'll start from the very top left. And by the way, thank you to every single person that actually signed this while we were at USAirsoft. This is like a board they were giving me for a booth, but I didn't have a booth, so I had everybody sign that, which is kind of cool. But anyway, we got the BAR here. This is my Lancer Tactical BAR. And yes, if anyone knows the BAR and owns one, it is such a major pain to get the bipod off. We had to really crank down this, and we actually had to paint over it just so it didn't look absolutely terrible afterwards. But we got the bipod off. It's somewhere in my closet. This is still super ugly, and I think the guys at Lancer Tactical that sent this over even said that was super ugly. But whatever. It's real wood, of course, full metal. It's super heavy. The magazines don't feed very well. Honestly, I have this gun just because I really, really wanted a BAR. I run it once in a great while, but it's really heavy and cumbersome, doesn't reach. It's just a weird gun. Shout out to Jack, he was asking. Underneath here, we have my Pumas. No, we have the A5 416 by VFC. I never got the original 416. I did get the M27, it's over there, but here's the A5 416. All ambidextrous controls. You know how VFC bodies are. They're super strong. These things are awesome when it comes to HPA guns because I believe the original Polar Star HPA engine was built for the original 416. I got Jungle Mag on it by KWA, whatever. But I've always liked the controls. It's super cool, but now that the tan model is out, I'm kind of thinking about getting rid of this one and getting one of those just because I've always wanted one of the tan versions. Scott, what do you think about the new GI Airsoft mystery box? I haven't looked at the list yet, but usually Airsoft GI mystery boxes are pretty awesome. I actually really like to mess around with those. Moving along, this is a really old Dan Wesson revolver. We won this in a contest that was... We won this during a contest of Guerrilla Airsoft. We were supposed to make an animation for them, and that works once in a great while. But me and my dad, we put together a intro, and they liked it, and bam, we got the old Dan Wesson. I don't really use it very much, but I like keeping it in the collection. It's a CO2 revolver, and yes, it is way too hot to use at any field. Underneath here, we have the ICS Black Leopard Eye. The magazine is somewhere in my pile. I've always kind of liked the sights. I am shaking for some weird reason. But full metal, lower frame is all polymer. Got the rail up there, threaded muzzle, and yada yada. It's kind of a normal-ish pistol. I run it once in a while. I believe that fits in any Glock 19 or Glock 17 holster. What's up, everybody? Tactical Nerd, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us. What's your most prized gun? Most prized gun out of this entire mess? It's probably over there on the table over there. We'll go over that in a bit. Well, let's go through this quite a little faster. M14 Ebr by G&G. Got this for a steal. I immediately lost the screws that hold on the handguard, so went to Home Depot and got some screws. That's like a $500 rifle. I got it for $100 just because the guy who owned it beforehand did not like how heavy it was, and he's a bigger guy. I'm surprised that he didn't like that. Not G&G. Wow. Classic Army XM177 with the moderator, not the compensator. Really interesting gun that you see nobody really use. It's got the short style M4 magazines that will fit in normal M4s. I got some up there, but kind of an interesting gun. I accidentally pulled the wires too hard in here, so I got to reconnect those wires. But besides that, I enjoy using it once in a great while. One of my oldest pieces. This is just the old Mad Bull grenade launcher. I forget what you call this. It's a M320 grenade launcher. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shout out, please, Brendan. Shout out goes to you, man. But yeah, that's one of my oldest pieces. I bought that a long time ago when I used to work at SeaWorld San Antonio. Trying not to step on stuff. We have the G Fnc. A lot of people like this gun. You don't see this very often, and if you do, the charging handles are usually broken off or something. Very rare piece. I've only seen like 3 of them, and finding one that's complete, that's not messed up, is even more rare. Got this from a friend named Ryan. I doubt he's watching right now. I think he's working, but he gave me this for a really crazy price. I think he gave it to me for like $130 or something. Okay. I mean, I don't really care if I step on that thing. I don't think anyone's going to ever I don't think anyone's gonna miss the old Gen 1 scattergun. But anyway, underneath here, it was my first mystery box, and it was a grand prize winner a long time ago by Airsoft GI. This is my M27 Iar by VFC with a Polar Star in it, back when Polar Star was like totally brand new. It's got a Miracle barrel in it, I believe, a new Pro-Win hop-up, and I've only ran it a few games before someone stole my regulator and hose when I was at a Milsim event. So that was awesome, but I'm getting that replaced so I can actually take that back on the field. Really awesome gun. I was so jonesed when that happened. When I got this gun, I was like screaming after we filmed the video. Underneath here, shout out to new channel, Joe Jr. Airsoft. Shout out to you, man. Underneath the M27, we have a 715 by ASG. This is one that I can actually run whenever I want to. It's a pretty nice pistol, honestly. It needs to be oiled. It's starting to get colored a little strange. It needs a dusting too, but kind of a cooler pistol. It runs on CO2 as well, and it's actually field usable, as much as a revolver is against Hi-Capas and 1911s, but yada yada, you guys know. G&G 308WH MBR, a bit of a strange name. I believe this is an Ace Tech tracer unit on here. I threw on the stupid carry handle just for lulz, and plastic rail underneath there, but a very good looking rifle. I've seen like a couple of these once in a while. You know, the 308 ARs look a little better to me, in my opinion. I mean, we got the normal M4s, normal in quotations. Oh, and Dina, sorry to bug you. I just want to arrange a meetup. Frag Squad, hit me up on Instagram. We'll talk about that, because if you hit me up on here, I'm probably going to not see the comments, but I will be doing a Q&A later on in this video. Moving on, Gen 1 scattergun, throw it away. This gun was super fun while it lasted, but I can't get any gas in there. I'll stay in there. It immediately leaks out. I know Jag hooked me up and tried getting it fixed, but I just didn't want to bother. But it's got the 6 shells on there, a sight that's way too high for the front sight. Reasoning behind that is if I shoot kind of further away, it'll hit you, right in the chest. So I have that sight a little bit up. Cool. Anyway, Ics Galil Ar. This is the one of 4, I think, or 3. The reason why I have so many is I got this one for like 80 bucks because it was a boneyard gun. But once I got it, the only thing that was messed up was the motor contacts weren't connected. So that was a steal. Of course, I'm going to keep that. Went over that. We have the SR30 by G&G. This is new. Just got this a couple days ago. It's still completely fresh. It's got the Knights Armament licensing all over the place. I still need to review this. I still need to actually really learn about it before I do anything. But shout outs to G&G for hooking me with that up and a few other guns in here, I believe. This is the Pts Acr. This is a newer gun that I got. Thank goodness I have somebody who was watching that heard that I wanted an ACR and heard that I liked the one from Modern Warfare 3. So they hooked it up with the right rail. I've got the sling points, the sights, really cool piece, and I've got all the accessories for it as well. Oh, wow, voice crack. Whew. I'm talking a whole lot. I'm gonna try to stop hitting that table. All right, let's just Tetris our way through here. Oh, I forgot the 1911s. There are 2 WE 1911s, nothing really crazy. This one I've had forever and is falling apart. And this one is pretty blinged out. Some people think it's ugly. Some people really like it. But whatever, it's just a normal 1911 by WE. Like, we'll see how long those last. Trying to snake my way through. GMP Stoner. This is from Studies and Observations on Instagram. This was in a house fire, and he actually gave me this. It's missing some parts. It needs to be rewired, but it's an awesome gun. I've always liked the Stoners, but this one needs some work. But besides its weird story that kind of makes the gun, I'm actually very, very grateful that he was able to give that to me. But he's got a new one. It works much better. Lancer Tactical Warlord. That's my friend Andrew's. He leaves it with me. I don't know why, but yeah, standard M4. It was pretty good. No problems. ICS, MMR, DMR. It exists. Moving on. G&G L85A1 ETU unit. Really good trigger. I like the feel of the body. I mean, it's an A1, and it fell apart like an A1. The magazine release fell off during a game at D14. They said they were going to be able to hook me up and help me get this fixed, but I was quite disappointed. I was giving that a whole good review until the blowback blew out, and then the magazine release fell out. So I was very disappointed. Then we have the ICS Big Floppy. This is the L86 LSW A2. Very awesome gun that nobody uses. I've seen like 3 of them. But a very long barrel, very accurate. Of course, it's an old ICS though. It's never been updated. So the way it is now is the way it came out in like 2009, which is a little strange. Backing up here. Okay, LCT G3. Very solid gun. I don't know why though, the safety doesn't work anymore. So if you pull a trigger on safe, it shoots in semi. Okay. But very solid gun, very heavy, and it really likes heavier gram BBs. So moving around, Ares G36. I accidentally broke off the charging handle because I'm clumsy as hell. But standard G36, I've always liked the red dot on top, so pretty cool. Down here, we have two KSC, I believe, or KJW. I think they're KSC Mac 11s. I got those for free, thanks to a friend. But they both need work. And then down over here, ASG P09 and a very crappy KJW M9 that doesn't work anymore. But that's it for everything over here. I need a drink of water. Whew. Moving over here, we have a SEMA Galil with the incorrect magazine, just because I wanted to put it there. I don't know why. And then we have my real Galil. I need to take this out shooting a little bit more often, but I want to get a full parts kit to replace the bolt carrier and the dust cover. The dust cover is all bent up, so I'm getting a lot of weird jams. But with about like 300 bucks, I'll get that fixed. All right. Now we have the last guns over here. So, I'm running out of breath. Tuckamurray PSG-1. I just reviewed this recently. I love this gun. Really big shout outs to the guy who sold it to me. But I'm never going to take that out to a field, I don't think, ever again. I try to keep this very pristine setup. People like it, but it's just not built the way I would play. Ares L1A1, probably one of the sexiest guns that I have in my collection. Even if it's polymer or if it's wood. The next review is actually going to be over this rifle. So if you like the L1A1, or FAL, whoever wants to say it, then be happy about that. Ics Galil Ar, my personal one, the one I've played with for years. A whole ton of magazines back in my room. You can tell I've been using this for years. This is like my default gun. So if all else fails, or I just don't want to deal with any problems from any gun, bam, I just use that. This is my go-to gun. Never has failed me. Never had any gears messed up. Everything on the inside is the way it's been built since like 5 years ago. Whew. And then the, what is this? Classic Army M16A1. So, yep, just a standard M16A1, full metal. One thing they did fix, though, is that this is really loose. The front side has always been loose, but they made this part out of steel recently, I believe. So, whatever. Okay, so I think that's it with all these. And with that whole mess over there. And the last guns are over here. Light. All right, this is an Armory Works Hi-Capa custom, or whatever. They say it's custom, but I mean, it just looks different. I need to do a review on that guy. I just had it sitting for a long time, so. Anyway, G&Gs. These are two G&Gs, one M1911 with its speed loader. I keep the cases, of course I do. And then we had the GTP9. A lot of mixed opinions on this. Some people really like it, and a lot of people don't. So this is going to be one of those reviews that's going to get divided quite a bit. But I love the sights. Those are really interesting. But controls are all A and B. The magazine release is right there, and it's kind of spring-loaded, so kind of pops out. But pretty all right gun. I don't see why a lot of people are hating on it. It even fits in Glock holsters, I believe. But I have to look in that to make sure it's true. But here are just three more pistols. The two G&Gs are probably highlighting. The Hi-Capa is pretty cool, but I just want to see if it really performs. And then, after all this mess, here's what's left of my Ics ARM Galil. The stock fell off again, and the screw is stripped out, so I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot and just get that fixed. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but I have all the parts in baggies, so that'll be easy to fix. And that's it. We have everything, and I'm totally out of breath. This is why I like to make a scripted review of everything, because this is a mess. It's an absolute mess, and it takes up the majority of my room. So like with all this out of here, and thanks for everyone saying it's a beautiful collection. Thank you very much. But with all this out of here, I could totally delete this, all this. This is just packaging. This is where everything sits. My entire treasure trove of BBs, gas, ICS stuff, classic Army stuff, Pops figures that I really shouldn't even have anymore, batteries. Blown out a lot of LiPo batteries because I'm too damn lazy to take them out of my guns after a day. Shout outs again to G&G for sending me another one. Hopefully that one lasts more than 2 weeks. But yeah, I could totally delete all this if I didn't have all my airsoft stuff just cluttering up my room. Should probably just get a storage unit. And then the rest of the stuff I collect really are just these, you know, die-cast cars. I love the Fast and Furious series, so I've been collecting these for a while. And a lot of them are discontinued now, so I'm waiting for those to gain some really good prices. But whew, with all that, that's the entire collection, guys. And we still have a countdown that's going up live in like an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours. Whew, I need some water. But with all that, I could grab a few guns here and we can just talk about them. Or I'm just setting up my phone. So I can also just answer some questions finally. That and get a sip of water. So what's going on, guys? What are we talking about here? Can you check your ARM to see whether the handguard has a lever holding them on or screw? There is a lever. My ARM is much older, so it's still got the little lever that holds it onto the rest of the body. I think some of the newer ones, the lever is like molded in. So yeah, that one I could take the handguard off really easily. The BAR is trash, absolutely. It's that gun that I only have because I've wanted it, but I barely ever run it. It has no accuracy. The magazines don't feed properly. They're expensive. I think they're like $20 a magazine. That's just an AG mag. Mid caps are hard to come by. The BAR is a pain in the ass. It really is. How much was the BAR? I'll admit, I got that pretty much for free. Lancer Tactical just asked if I could do a review on it. Actually, they asked what I wanted to review, and I asked the BAR, just because, like I said, I've always wanted it. So they sent it my way and did the review. Would you ever get a UMP? I would like a UMP, not the gas version, no. The VFC gas version I don't trust very well. I think the first one's had some real problems with actual efficiency. But I would like to get the blowback, the pneumatic one by, I think it's Ares, and put a suppressor on it because Modern Warfare 2 was the shit. Next AK top 10. I want to do another AK top 10. It's probably going to be a top 5. When I do top 10s, the top 15s, I start to get really overwhelmed and the video becomes like 40 minutes long, and that's why it never gets put out. What do you think about the GMP GBR M4 WOC? Never heard of it. But no, if it's a GMP, I believe the body would be like really well put together. Their bodies have really good reputations, but I'm not sure how their gas blowbacks would be like. I've never messed with them, to be honest, and I don't want to give like terrible information about stuff I don't even know. Hey Scott, I wanted a Galil. What brand should I buy? I'm gonna be biased because I only like my ICSs. I have my SEMA. It's fallen apart into pieces. And the King Arms ones, they're like, the body is too tight, so things grind on each other. The ambidextrous selector doesn't work. Like, let me grab mine, my Ics Ar. Oh, okay. Like, everything just feels much better with my ICSs, and this actually works. Can't say that about the King Arms or the SEMA. But it just matters how deep your pocket is, because my ICS Galils are like $360, or you could get lucky like me. Like that gun was a boneyard gun that I got for 80 bucks. I just had to hook up the motor connections, but that was it. Is Revolution 15 a good field? It's very compact, but it is a pretty intense CQB place. They love really fast movement in there. Speedsoft is really the thing that goes on in there. So if you're not rushing and you're not getting to the objective real fast, you're gonna have a hard time. But they love to bring in a lot of newer players. So they just need to know what kind of a player you are, and then you should have no problem. I will check out my Instagram DMs after this. Preferred DMR, M14. If we're talking legitimately a DMR base, not the M4s. I know they work the most, they have the most support, they have the most parts, and so on and so on. But if we're talking like a legitimate DMR base, I love the M14. My water's popping. I love the M14. Just it's got some class to it. And if you can make one with a wood stock look really good with a good scope on top of it, not a 4-foot long suppressor, because to be fair, unless it's HPA'd, it's not going to even work. So why make the gun even heavier and longer? I would run a M14, a really good looking M14. Please review a Lancer Proline gun. I actually probably will have one of those in a couple weeks. So we'll see how that works. I have so much stuff to already make videos on. I'm so backed up. I don't even want to film any more gameplay for a bit. Would you consider more World War II guns or even a World War II kit? Yes. I want to get an ICS M1 Grand, and I was thinking about actually buying a real one. but just not right now. I just can't afford it. But I would do a World War II kit on the ICS M1 Grand for sure. What's your most expensive airsoft gun you own? Most expensive airsoft gun. It's probably my M27. Let me go ahead and grab that. It's probably my M27 just because it's HPA'd. But if we're talking like non-HPA gun, because this, I think this build was like $1,400 because it came with a tank, it came with a regulator, it came with everything. And then this gun was still new and Polar Stars were still really brand new. But if we're talking like something that's not HPA'd, because if you HPA it, of course, it's going to be more expensive. It matters how much you value the G Fnc, because I know the G Fnc is regarded as a collector's piece to a lot of people, and I've seen the G Fnc sell for like $700. So it just matters on that. And then of course I have the VFC 416 A5, and that's like a $500 gun. How hard is it to start up an airsoft YouTube channel? Not very hard if you can be creative with it and do stuff that nobody else does. You gotta really one-up yourself over and over again. So let's see. So I bought a bolt action spring sniper and I want to do some upgrades on it, such as for range and accuracy, but I pretty much hit the FPS limit on my field. What should you recommend? What would you recommend? Hop up unit stuff. Go check out the Airsoft Sniper Forum stuff. Those guys know so much more than me when it comes to bolt action stuff. I admit I am not a tech. I just know some of the standard basic things, but I can definitely point you into the direction. Go check out the Airsoft Sniper Forums on the web or on Facebook. There's got a whole lot of different sniper forums on there and chat groups, and they'll be able to definitely tell you more than I could. As a tip, barrel length does not matter. Yes, that is true. Or high FPS, that is also true. There was a really big comment here. What gun would you want the most that you don't have yet? My dream gun is a GMP Model 723 with upgraded HPA internals. A gun that I don't have that I would really want. GMG 42. I'd want that gun more than a minigun. The minigun is cool, and that's usually a lot of people's like dream gun. I would only get the minigun because it is great advertising. Everybody wants to take photos of it. I need a shave, and everybody wants to film video with it. So the minigun is probably like the best advertising piece, but I would want the GMG 42 more. And then a more practical gun that I could actually use, the Real Sword Type 97. Or is it called Type 95? Type 97, the bullpup. What are the most protected? Do you prefer the classic Army EC2? It's a normal M4 to me. So, I mean, all the normal M4s I have, I just kind of keep them as really backups, but they're on the very bottom of the list of stuff I use. So the EC2 is good, but if I'm going to get any like M4, it's like my XM177 or my M16 A1. All right, Kimmy, I'll see you later on. Remember that we have the countdown coming up a little bit later. I'm going to cut this off at 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and just answer the last couple questions. Thoughts on the APS AUG? I hear a lot of bad things about them, honestly. If I was going to get an AUG AUG, I would get a classic Army, or I would get a ASG. Sorry, I would get the ASG model. Would you come to North Carolina? I think I would. I think I would real good. I like to travel. So maybe one day we'll make a trip to NC. So we'll see. Why do I get so many kills whenever I'm not wearing a GoPro? That is so me too sometimes, man. Some of the best stuff happens when you're not filming, and everybody in like the airsoft filming craze on YouTube always say they play a little bit differently whenever they have cameras on their head, and it's so different whenever they have no cameras on their head, because there's nothing you have to worry about. A lot of people say, man, don't worry about the cameras. Like, just play it how you would normally play. You can say that all you want, it's never gonna happen. You have to put yourself into like the action if you want to get good camera footage. So once you have the cameras off, you do play a little differently, and that's what might be getting you your awesome kills. Montano, I am trying to give you some attention, bro. It's just like the chat is going so crazy. It's hard to keep up with everybody. I'm just quickly looking at, would you come to War Game at DD Adventure Park? Adventure Park is crazy. Isn't it the one over there in Oklahoma? Like, I've been there for Broken Home. That's a crazy event. So we'll see, man, one day. You should play at Hudson Valley Airsoft in New York. It's a great field. I just need to go to New York and, like, as a whole, and just make a list of places I gotta go to. Leaking green gas Glocks. Thoughts about it? Replace your O-rings. That's usually the problem is they just get old, they get crunchy, and then they start leaking. Thoughts on the KWA TK45 and soon to be released Ronin T6s? I love the TK45s. They look awesome. They look sci-fi-ish, and we honestly need some more sci-fi-ish guns that are really high quality. The only thing about the TK45 though, it is heavy for what it is. I think it's even heavier than the Crytek Vectors. But they definitely look good, especially the limited edition versions that come with the Titan gate already inside of it. I've never been to Michigan, so I'm sorry about that. Where do you live? It's right in the banner, guys. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and you will not believe how many times I still get asked where I live. I'm not going to tell you what apartment I live in, though, because a little etchy. What's your favorite pistol platform company that makes pistols? It's right here, actually. You know, CZP09, ASG. I've used it quite a bit. I don't think I do have a CO2 still in here, but yeah, I use it quite a bit. So we'll try to play with it more often. But I usually don't run pistols. Ricky Ravioli, fake news. HVA is duty. But thanks very much for the $2, Ricky. Thanks for that, man. I've just got the L85. What should I expect? I don't know what L85 exactly, because they're different companies, different quality. Like the old Well ones and the Tokamiri ones are going to be a lot cooler, like more quality. Joe Jr., I am noticing you, boy. I am noticing you very hard. California airsoft laws, your thoughts? It's not Texas. There's going to be a huge difference, man. And besides, a tape, you just rip it off when you get home. It sucks, yeah, but you live in California. What do you expect? Of course, your gun laws are going to be so different compared to Texas. We get to do so much different stuff here in Texas that, like, once I talk to other people from other states, they're like so freaked out by. It's totally night and day here. What I would say is stop trying to turn Texas into California. We usually don't like that. M2489, our mini-me. I like the mini-me. But okay, this is already at like 33 minutes. So I guess let's do one more rundown of the entire collection. We're not going to go through all of that noise, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show off the collection, and I'm going to go by the comments and see what people want me to check out before we leave. So, see you around, Connor. Thanks for joining us anyway. So, I got the guns backed up all the way over here to this point. So, what's one thing I should be going over? Let's go ahead and check out just a couple guns before we leave. Do you have an ARP9? I do not, sadly. My X9, my classic Army custom one, is somewhere in Atlanta or California right now, and I'm waiting for it to get back to me. Okay, so, see you around, TCG. That revolver in the middle. Well, I got two, but I think you were talking about this is a 715 by ASG. I believe it's the 4-inch barreled model. Looks really good. CO2 revolver. Scott, life be the collection. See you next stream. All right, see you around. Cool. Classic Army 2018 ECS line. Don't have any of those, sadly. Hello. Hey, Nightmare. What's up, man? CO2 or green gas? I prefer CO2. It's just more reliable to me. How it costs? Oh, the 715. I think it's like $130. It's not really expensive. Intervention. Don't want one. I'll be frank with you. It's ridiculously heavy. It's not really been my cup of tea. and it's really huge, so I'd really never really get to use it. Best starter gun or guns. You have a lot of the starter classic army guns, the combat machines by G&G, a lot of good stuff. L85. I have two L85 types. I got my ICS L86 over here. Big Floppy, as everybody should know it. Pretty awesome gun because nobody uses it, and everybody asks me what this grip is for in the back. It's just to pull into your shoulder whenever you're prone. And then I got my G&G L85A1. Needs some work, but it's really cool whenever it actually does work. G&G Raider. I don't have any of those anymore. I used to have like 2 of them, but I donated them to a local field. Air P9 or Firehawk as upgrade platform. Please help. The Firehawk is going to have much more parts availability, but the Air P9 is very popular too. But I would say if you need one to work and you need a lot of parts, go with the Firehawk. G&G Air P9. Stoner 63. Well, I was saying earlier, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Stoner 63. This was a gun that was given to me by Studies and Observations on Instagram. Go ahead and hit him up if you want to. He had a house fire. So if I move this gun, it starts to fall apart. But he had a house fire, and this was inside the house while it was burning. So a lot of stuff is melted, and there's some damage on here. This was already the weathered version, so of course it's a little messed up already. But everything kind of is just held on together by friction. So I have that, and I have the magazine somewhere. But I need to overhaul this gun on the inside. Do your vids get demonetized? No. Surprisingly, they don't. I guess I need to make some more, like, I don't know, bomb educational videos or something. Would I repair it? Yeah, I would repair the Stoner. Beretta or 1911? 1911. It's in Airsoft. It's a lot lighter. And we're not talking about caliber when it comes to Airsoft. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. I mean, this isn't the real world. So it's lighter. It's slimmer. So I would go with the 1911. All right. I guess I should be signing off already. Got some air stuff to get going. What's the history on that plant in the corner? That's my mom. She's really cool. All right, guys. So I guess I should really end this stream off here. I look like I work at a Whataburger. But this was my stream over the entire collection. I am going to make a separate video that's put together, scripted, and like a real collection video over this. I try to do it like every year, but I skip some years when there's just not that much like different stuff here. But that was the collection. Expect a countdown later on tonight. It's going to be in like an hour and a half or 2. It's going to be over submachine guns, and you guys got to check that video out. It's going to be pretty crazy. But I also need y'all's ideas for what are countdowns I should be doing. But I guess I should be taking off. So I guess, see you everybody. Bye everybody in the comments, everybody in the chat. Thank you all for watching.